Since it's nice outside right now, I figured I'd do a little video for, since Jennifer hadn't had a chance to do one and I haven't had a chance to talk about one with her filming me. I figured I'd do a little video here of our garden. Everything's growing really good. These are 2 rows of different potatoes. We've got, stepping on shit. We've got this whole row here. Lose my balance here. That whole row here in the middle there, that's all just normal looking red potatoes. And then these ones over here, I believe, are those gold rush potatoes, what do they call those for? This is a regular looking one, maybe a little bit lighter color. And then we got our green oregano. What this crap is? Ooh, sweet mint. Sweet. And then we've got what the fuck does that say? Parsley, which I don't know what the hell that people eat that stuff for. It's like garnish, but it looks pretty, so whatever. Oh, we got a little cilantro over here. And then this one is our asparagus. It's starting to take off. See these little ones here that are a little bit, I can't really tell in the video, but they're a little different than the rest of the little flimsy ones. But they're doing really good. They're starting to grow. This one here down by my feet. How is that? Garden sage. Whatever. Sage. I think this is another one. This might be thyme. Nope, that's lavender. She got 2 lavenders because we had 2. Well, we had a lavender and thyme that were over in a little tray with some water. We've been meaning to plant them for a little while and just haven't gotten around to it. They got beat up by the sun here pretty bad. And that's why that one looks like crap. She planted that one and it looks like it, now is that a little green to it, may survive, I don't know. That one's coming along. That's English thyme. Thyme with a TH. That's just a weed, that's nothing. Carrots are coming along. This starting, there's all kinds of little ones right here. Look at them. They're all spread over. There's a little one there. Nope, that's a weed. One going there. There's a little thing there. There's another one. Zoom in here. Come on. Right there, a little thing in the middle. Looks like a little Christmas tree. And there's a couple other ones kind of sprinkled out through there. And those kind of brighter green ones here. This is lettuce. It's regular old iceberg lettuce. Nothing fancy about it. Green beans and peas right there. Those 2 white stakes. Those are green beans and peas. Don't see anything with them yet. So maybe before too long. And Jennifer thought she saw a broccoli one, but I don't know what the hell it looks like. So we may have one, we may not. I don't know. Spinach. This is spinach. It was right up here somewhere, right over here I think it was. For some reason, she transplanted it to right there. It seems to be holding up so far. It's the only spinach one we see growing up right now so far. And then we got squash and zucchini. I don't like the stuff that much, but she does. Oh, there's one way down there. Alright, come on. Right there, that's a squash or zucchini right there. I don't know which one it is, but something's growing. And then we got okra. I don't know if there's one growing there. She thought she saw one, but I don't know. And I got more tomatoes right there. We got 3 of them. That one's starting to get a little flower on it, so that's where one's gonna grow. But they're taking off really good. Everything's growing really well. Some things are slower than others, but I don't know when they're supposed to sprout. And then we've got these different peppers here. They're all bell pepper related. There's, I think, a red, a green, even a purple bell pepper. I've never even heard of one. And then there's some other pepper. I don't remember what it's called. But everything's going really well. Take a quick little walk-see over here. We got all this lumber here from like a demolition crew guy, a little small business of 2 little guys that tear down old barns and buildings and chicken coops and everything else, and they reclaim the wood and sell it and different things and make things out of it. We got this whole big pile of wood, this big pile and this big old pile here. It's all old wood, but man, it's solid. It's solid hard wood. It's really good. And we got some like 4x4, like really skinny railroad ties and things. I mean, they're it's old wood, whatever it is. But for like 35, well, 40 bucks, we gave them $35 for all this, and like $5 for like a piece of plywood and some couple other oddball things. But it came off of an old chicken coop, which we're going to use all that wood and different things to make our chicken run out here, coming out here, and they'll be able to fence off a little area for them to come around and scratch and not sniff, but scratch and eat grass and scratch up little bugs and things. But we're gonna build a temporary fence for them to run around in to get the bigger one built out of just chicken wire and T-post, and strap them all together, and they'll run around in there. But our coop has come along really well. Watch out for all this scrap wood. But yeah, both doors are for windows. You see it's all locked off. You can't see any gaps. When you open it, there's the gaps. We're going to use that for one on the other side as well. That's going to be, so if it gets a little hot and need a little airflow going through there, we're going to open that up and let some airflow through there. But we're going to have not chicken wire, but small hole hardware cloth that's like really thick gauge or heavy gauge chicken wire, pretty much, but it's really thick. It can't be stretched, it can't be chewed through, whatever. But it's going good. And then we got our little nesting box. We're going to put something up here to keep it propped open, so when you go in here to get your eggs, you can get in there and get your eggs without it thing coming down on you, having to hold this door open. But we took a sample, or not sample piece, but a piece of our roof and cut it to size and put it on here. But all this is all pallets. We took 8 pallets to make the 2 walls, and then whatever's left over, we swiped some pallets from actually Menards. They had a big pile of pallets, and said pallet recycling. So we went there and asked them, hey, here's what we're doing. Can we have some of these pallets? I didn't see nothing, so we took about 3 or 4 pallets. So we pry all the slaps off, all the slots off, or slabs of wood, and make up the pallet. Use them for covering up all the little holes and everything. And we did it under there too. We did that last night, or well, not last night, yesterday. Yeah, but there's also, put this on there and put a carabiner through there, so the little coons and possums can't get in there and kill our chickens. And then, God damn, oh, there we go. We got a lock up top with a carabiner. It's not locked right now, and that one, but it's that little door. Looks pretty good. We kind of decorated it. This is where the magic's gonna happen for the chickens. As you can see through the roof. It's like a solar, or not solar, but like a tinted plastic, so lights light in, but it keeps the heat out. Reflects the heat out there, so it keeps the little birds semi cool. And this is our chicken door. Pretty neat system. Where it's not done yet. We're gonna have a little motor on here. We're gonna wire up, and it's gonna have a pulley system. And the pulleys that we're gonna use are, Jennifer does a lot of sewing, and she has these little spools of wire, not wire, but string. Not the big, tall ones like old film containers look like, but the little small ones. It gets pre-wrapped a bit on from the machine, and you use that with your different colors to make your stuff. Well, anyways, when you get done with all that, you have a leftover spool. So we're gonna use that spool. What the hell they call them things? Jennifer could tell you what they're called, or her mom could. I don't know what the hell they're called. Anyways, we use this as part of the pulleys to there'll be 2 or 3 of them on here to help lift this door up and down. But that little motor thing, what it's going to do, we can set it up to either go off at a certain time of the day, open and close a certain time of the day, or open and close with the sunlight. The little sensor on the little photo sensor to pick up the amount of light hitting it, and it open and close it. But what it does, I can't really do it one-handed, but I'm gonna try. So we framed in a little groove here for the door to go up and down. And what it does, it's lift it up to about here, and then drop it down when it's ready to shut. hopefully the dumb birds will know when to go back home at night. They'll eventually figure it out. But the one thing we got to do, we bought a hinge. There's a guy on YouTube we watched. This hinge is going to be bolted on here, right on the front here in the middle somewhere. And the hinge flops forward or backwards, left and right to open and close if it was on a, or up and down if it's on a door or lid or something. But if it flops over one way, it's going to hit the edge of this, so it can't lift up past this piece of wood. Flops up, if the little hinge flops over the other way, it's going to hit this. So it's only going to be able to raise up, so far before it hits. So you're going to have just a little bit of room to get in. But the stupid raccoons have got to be able to figure out the only way to get that thing to lift to where the hinge won't stop it from hitting these two parts right here, is that string has to be lifted up straight up. And that's what it pulls on that hinge and lifts it straight up, so then the door lifts straight up. But a raccoon's got to be able to point that thing straight up, hold it while he lifts the door up. And I don't think a raccoon or a possum or a fox or anything's smart enough to figure that out. So hopefully that'll keep the damn things from getting in here. But we are going to put up electric fence. I work for Gallagher, and we're one of the biggest names in the electric fence business worldwide, and we're going to get some stuff from there. We're going to set up some kind of electric fence, little perimeter around here to keep the critters away, and we're going to shock the piss out of them. But we got this whole side here done. It's all covered up, no holes anywhere except for at the very top where a little ventilation is supposed to be up there. Jennifer straightened out her door here the other day, and there's our other little window, so let some air come through. And we'll have a little latch thing over here on this side to keep it from slamming shut when we don't want it to. But it's come along pretty good. The coop's basically it's done. Besides the front and the back, we're going to take some more pallets, pull them apart, and we're going to decorate the whole front of this and the back side where the other door is, to make it all kind of blend together and look all right. And we're going to paint the inside of the coop like a, hear an owl hooting, hollering. But we're going to paint the inside white, like in a high, not a high temp, but an exterior paint to help protect the wood, because all the wood on here is regular old wood. It's not pressure treated or coated with anything, so we can help protect the wood to keep from rotting and all that kind of fun stuff. But and then on the floor, after that's all done drying on the floor, we're going to put this all stick down linoleum pieces, but they're kind of a wood color to them, wood, sort of look to them, so they look kind of nice. But it won't really matter what the floor looks like, because we're going to cover it up with about probably 6-8 inches deep of maybe 10 inches deep, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet, I don't know, deep of the bedding, like the wood chips. So it won't really matter what the floor looks like when we cover it up with the linoleum stuff, because it's going to get covered up with the bedding. But everything's going good. Little garden's coming along. I have something to eat. Vegetables, and next year I'm gonna probably double the size of this thing. I don't know how wide it is. It's probably, I'd say 10 feet wide by 15, 18 feet long. I don't know. I'm going to double it out to here, or go this way or that way, one of the two. And I want to put some fruit in there. I want to put some strawberries and raspberries, and then we're thinking them along the side of the fence. We'll build a trellis somewhere down over here and bring it down the ways. We're going to put grapes on there. So we'll have grapes and other things. I would like to do I would like to have watermelon or cantaloupe or pumpkins. We kind of need to have our own pumpkin patch and bring people out here to pick their pumpkins. It would be kind of a fun little hobby thing to have. Dogs are barking, they hear me talking. But that'd be kind of neat to do. Slow and steady. It just takes time. My damn lawnmower over here, this old thing, runs like a top. Nothing wrong with the engine, transmission, everything shifts and goes fine, but I don't know if it's not this spindle over here. There's 3 spindles that run 3 different blades on their mower, on the mower deck. And on the one on the other far side, every once in a while when you're mowing, and it happens more often than not, it starts to squeal and slows the belt down. Um, and so I think one of my spindles is going bad. I mean, it's 30 something years old. I'll say probably like a mid late 80s, so it's probably 32, 30 years old, somewhere in that range. It runs perfectly fine, but that dumb thing, the deck, that deck weighs like 300 pounds on its own, so the deck's is pretty heavy. And what the bad thing is, those spindles are fully sealed, so the bearings in there can't be greased. So if the spindles are bad, the only way to do it is you can buy a kit and rebuild every single spindle. But there's 2 pulleys underneath there as well. There's I believe a tensioner pulley that keeps tension on the belt when you engage the PTO for the deck, and there's a idler pulley which I don't remember what the hell it does, but one of those you can grease. So it might just be that, or it's one of them spindles is bad. Um, so if it's bad, then I'm gonna, I don't know, debate whether how much money I want to fork over for this thing. I don't want to get rid of it at all because it runs just fine. So we could use it. We could take the deck off there, get it rebuilt some point in time, but then use the mower for pulling around stuff because I mean, it's a healthy engine. We got a wagon thing we can pull behind it. We haven't built that thing yet. Still in the box. We bought it like a month ago and haven't put it together yet. And then this blue water barrel here. I got this for for about $10 from a guy on Craigslist. What I'm gonna use it for is I got a little 5-horse outboard motor for my boat. I've had the motor for about 8 years. I've had the boat for about 9. But the carburetor is junk in it because with the ethanol gas mix, if you let things sit too long, the ethanol breaks down and collects moisture and gunks up your carburetors and deteriorates the fuel lines and deteriorates the diaphragms and all the gaskets inside, and it gunks them up, and then things can't move right inside the carburetor, which is what happened to mine. Um, it was either $80 for a rebuild kit or $125 for a brand new carburetor. I chose to go with a new carburetor just for extra $40. I don't have to take it apart, I don't have to clean nothing, I don't have to rebuild nothing. I'm going to keep the old carburetor. I'm going to rebuild it some point in time, but right now I'm just going to swap it. But that's what those barrels for. I'm going to fill it about this full of water. The motor's only 5 horse, weighs about 40 pounds. I'm going to hopefully be able to just clamp it to the sides here. With the weight of the water in there, it ought to hold the motor, it ought to hold itself pretty steady on the ground. And I'm gonna run the motor in this. I don't know if this shit comes out of here or not. I haven't fooled with it yet, but that's what I'm gonna do. If I get this carburetor rebuilt or replaced, I'm gonna not put anything less than, I'm going to find any high octane gas I can that doesn't have a drop of ethanol in it, because I don't want to deal with this crap anymore. It's a bad thing about ethanol is it separates. If you don't run things over time, it separates and moisture develops, and then it just gunks up stuff. It doesn't happen right away. The gunking up of the carburetor doesn't happen right away. It usually happens over the course of some time, which mine happened over the course of about 3 summers. So I don't remember what Jennifer's going to do with this. This came from that same place as well. It came out of an old mobile home they tore down. It was like a cabinet above a sink or something, or a stove. And this is the front of it. We're going to use the doors and rebuild the frames, or use these doors and some of the framing, like this section here. We're going to put on the front of our where the chickens climb in at, and that'd be how they get in and out. It'd be like the little doorway there. But it's, he wanted like $5 for it, so we gave him, I think, $3 for this, and like a couple of dollars for some cheap leftover chicken wire. But for $40 and all that wood and this stuff and plywood and this stuff that this guy let us have for that price, I mean, God, good deal. Couldn't pass it up. But that's what we've been up to the last couple months. But coop's coming along good. We're going to hopefully get the chickens in there. Man, hopefully this weekend we can get them all moved in. I'm going to try to paint the inside of that coop soon. not tonight, but maybe the next day or two. I'm gonna paint the inside of the coop myself, even if Jennifer's not here. Get it dried, put the linoleum down, so all we have to do is dump the bedding in there. I'm gonna get, there's a tree got knocked over. We had this big windstorm here, wind and rain here. It is knocked over. You really can't see it. Just I'll zoom in the best I can. But that tree right there in the middle, it's all kind of grainy. But that tree right there got knocked over when this wind came through. And what I'm gonna do is I got a pole saw and a chainsaw or something. I'm gonna cut it up, and hopefully I can use some of them sticks and limbs and things to make roost in the chicken coop for the chickens to climb on. So if I can repurpose part of that tree, I'm gonna do it. Whatever's left over, I'll burn it. So that's what we're gonna do there. But other than that, everything's going good. All of our fruit trees are going good. I haven't checked them in a while, but last time I looked down, they had a lot of little, not all of them, but some had a lot of little fruits growing on them. Some of them got a little dry from the last big batch of heat we had come through here, and it didn't water them soon enough, and some of the little leaves are all doing good, but a couple of fruits kind of got a little shriveled. Like, no, it's like those aren't going to make it. But they're still young trees. They got another, probably 10 years before they're fully grown. So I've got plenty of time to grow some more fruit. But the dogs are up in that little dark window in the middle there. They can't see me. I can't, well, they can probably see me. I just can't see them because of how dark it is. That's where the little mutts are hiding at. That's the wire. We're going to use that wire there, not roll over there. We're going to use for the fencing, a little temporary area for the chickens to run around in. Well, that's it, boys and girls. So, holler at you later.